What is going on? My name is Mike. This is all about pressure washing, and it's probably pretty loud in here right now. I'm obviously in a parking garage, and it is connected to a couple hotels. There is a ton of construction going on around the entire garage, around both of the hotels, but we got called down here to give them an estimate for a 6-story parking garage. All the floors, the stairwell, pretty nasty. The lead came through Google, and I've already walked around with the manager, but I wanted to talk to you about not necessarily how to land jobs like this, because that's all about your marketing, your SEO, your online presence, and we're not going to talk necessarily about how to clean it or even how to price it. We are going to talk about setting expectations from the start, which is going to not only make you look like a professional, but it's going to save you a lot of headaches down the road. So we're going to do a quick walkthrough as we talk about that. So we get requests to give estimates on big jobs like this all of the time. And the reason we get these calls is because we have done a really good job in the marketing department. We've established ourselves on Google, as well as a bunch of other platforms that help to get these potential customers in our funnel, so then we can do our thing, which is to try to sell them. And if you want to learn how to get calls for big jobs like this, check out How to Get Customers, the marketing framework, where we dive deep into the marketing of your service business, teaching you the exact methods to rank higher on Google, to get your name at the top of the list in front of the people that make the decisions. And like the title of the course says, we are going to teach you how to get customers through marketing. And I am so proud of this course. I'm offering 100% money back guarantee. So there is absolutely no risk for you. If you don't make back what you spent on the course, I'm going to give you your money back. No questions asked. So check it out. Okay, so we've probably done like 20 of these parking garages over the years. And like most commercial bids, these can get pretty competitive, usually requiring 3 bids. And you just never know who you're going to be up against and what they're going to do. And unfortunately, in a lot of cases, these are spreadsheet buyers that we're dealing with who are looking at one thing and one thing only, and that is the bottom line, which unfortunately means the cheapest bid in a lot of scenarios. So not necessarily what the value is that your company brings. And a lot of times your competition, they might be unbelievably hungry, right? Overly aggressive, or not know what they're doing, and they might bite off more than they can chew and probably lose their ass on the job because they bid way too low, because they wanted the big job, they wanted the big money, but you got to know what you're doing. So that is one of the things that I do want to touch on today, and that's understanding your own capabilities, knowing what your company can handle. And yeah, sometimes it's good to just say, screw it, throw caution to the wind, throw the hat in the ring and see what happens, but it can also be detrimental to your business and can cost you a lot of money, or at least damage your reputation if you're not capable of doing what you said you're going to do. So knowing what your limitations are is extremely important. And basically what I mean is, if you've got a 2.5 gallon per minute machine and you're a solo operator, giving a bid on a 6-story parking garage is probably not the best idea, because your equipment is probably going to limit what you're capable of doing. The size of your company is going to limit how fast you can expedite the process. And on these commercial jobs, they don't want you there for like a month, right? They want the job done as quickly and as efficiently as possible, and they want you to be on your way. Also, having an understanding of the best procedures, the right methods to accomplish the job like this while mitigating potential liability, not only for your company, but the company that you're working for. And that's unbelievably crucial. And if you're not able to account for these things when you're giving your estimate, this is going to cause a problem in a multitude of ways. A, it's going to affect your profitability. B, it's going to affect the time that you allocated to finish this job. And C, it's going to affect how you're meeting your customer expectations. So as I'm walking around, I'm looking at all of the things that come into play with all 3 of these things that we just talked about. And when I walked with the property manager, he had told me that his major concern was the stairwells. Now, he had said a couple things that raised some red flags. He had said that they need us to get all of the trash up and all of the stains out. Now, there was a lot of trash, as you can see, and there are a ton of stains. And we're not necessarily a trash removal company, right? But had he not said that, and I didn't ask, and we got awarded the job and didn't clean up the trash, that would be an issue. Conversely, if nothing was said and I was under the assumption that we would not have to pick up all of the nasty shit everywhere, I would not have included that time and that effort into the price in the quote, and that would have hurt my bottom line. Also, as I walked the property with him, I wanted to be very clear about all of the stains that we saw, specifically in the most important area to him, which was the stairwells, and by really emphasizing the fact that not all of these stains are going to come up, that there would still be some ghosting, that there would still be some stains that weren't going to come up at all, because he might not know what our capabilities are or what to expect from a pressure cleaning, right? He may think that, he hires a pressure cleaning company and it's going to look brand new, and that's just not the case. And then his expectations would not be met, and that is a direct reflection, in his mind at least, of our performance. So setting expectations in advance is unbelievably important. The next thing is knowing your own capabilities and having an idea of what you're going to encounter when you're out there on any job. Like at this job, there are things like elevators. You don't want water going down elevators. You need to be aware of all of the fire suppression and all of the fire safety stuff and how you're going to prevent water from entering all of these things. How are you going to get people not to go up and down the elevators while you're cleaning? And this comes from experience, this comes from education, and this comes from asking the right questions. Another thing to think about is what kind of drainage do they have? Is water reclamation something that's needed in your area? When is the best time for this work to be done? Is it at night? Is it during the day? Are they going to lock down one floor at a time so you can work without vehicles in the way? Are you going to be able to shut down the elevators? Are you going to be able to shut down the stairwells? And one thing that is always important to look for is the water supply. Do they have water sources on every level? Do they have multiple water sources on every level? All very important things to look for, which all have an impact on not only your pricing, but the completion of the job. So those are just a few things that are very important with any job. This was just a quick video today, guys. Wanted to get it out there, and I hope it helps. Check out How to Get Customers. I hope we get this job, and I hope you have a great day.